Hey everybody, what is going on? HexLex here. It's that time of the week again where it is time to once again check out our viewers special. So for those of you who have not seen one of these yet, I do this every single week where we take a look at replays from you all, the viewers, hence the viewers special. So I really like to do this to not only get to showcase different decks that I might not normally play on the channel, but it's also a really good case to show, really good chance rather, if I can talk, to showcase different, play styles, different strategies. I've said this a lot, I say it a lot during the viewer specials because it is one of the guiding philosophies I have when it comes to making this a regular series, which is that it's always better to see multiple people play. That's how you're going to improve the fastest. So I figure by seeing, again, different styles of play, different decks, we can all learn together. Plus, it's just fun, it's fun to be able to showcase everyone else's replays here, give you all a chance to show us what you got. And we have 3 very cool games that we're going to take a look at here. But first, before we get into that, I'm sure you're wondering how you can submit games here for the viewer special. Well, it's quite simple. There are 2 places you can do it. The main place I would recommend you go, highly advise that you click the description below and follow the invite link to my Discord server for a couple of reasons. One, because I do have a dedicated channel in that Discord server where you can submit your games for the viewer special. So that's the best place to put it, because I'm looking at that channel pretty much every single day, right? Because it's right there, it's easy, and I'm always on the Discord hanging out and chatting anyway. And that is the second reason to join, is that there are hundreds of duelists who are there already, and we're very frequently just hanging out, talking about decks, the game, or just chilling in general. Like I said, I'm always in there chatting with people, so definitely come hang out, it's a good time. But if you're not interested in joining the Discord, that is also 100% okay. You can also, if you would like to, leave your information about your replay in the comment section of this video below, because I do also check the comments of the viewer special videos for replays as well. So you can leave that information in one of those 2 spots. Again, though, I highly recommend you leave it in the Discord. That is definitely the best spot to put it. As far as what information I'll need from you, the main thing I'll need is your 9-digit player ID, as seen here on your profile. Make sure also that you have any replays you want me to see saved publicly. Specifically publicly, if they are not saved publicly, I'm not able to view them, and thus I can't share them as well. Also, if you want to leave just a little bit of information about the game, particularly if you have multiple replays saved, you want me to see one in particular, definitely leave me like the date and time and or your opponent's name, so that way I know which game you want me to see. But also if you want to say just real quick, like, I played this deck versus this deck, or if you want to tell me how the game went, either way, that's totally cool. I do end up watching pretty much every single duel that gets submitted, so even if you didn't make it on, know that I did like 95% chance to watch your game, because I do pretty much watch them all. And on top of that, we do this every single week, so if you didn't get featured one week, there is always the next week. You are also welcome to submit multiple games. I just ask that you don't spam the same submission over and over again. But alright, now that we have covered that, let's go ahead and see some of the games from you all the viewers for this week. Okay, so our first replay for this video is going to come to us from friend of the channel, who's actually been featured as a guest on here before, a couple of times before actually, Meep Squared. Meep Squared has a really cool game actually, in which he is playing against KASHTIRA, and it's going to be this duel right here, I believe. But more notably is the deck that Meeps is piloting, because Meeps is on a Kuriboh deck, if you can believe it. I think also Meeps has a video on his channel about playing this deck, so I'm going to go ahead and link that in the description below as well. But as you can see, we are full-on Kuriboh here. I want to see what this extra deck looks like. I imagine it's like mostly generic. Yeah, it looks like it, because I mean, I guess there is like Link Kuriboh, but there's not really any specific Kuriboh extra deck monsters, I guess. Got the Create Babylon, we got the Astral Kuriboh, Skilled Brown Magician, which I didn't even know was a thing before I watched this replay. I didn't even know Kuriboh's got like a quote-unquote skilled magician, like what was it, Dark Magician and Buster Blader. And of course we're rocking 5-star Twilight. This card's actually kind of insane. 5-star Twilight, I'll say this is like, I think this is the main motivation to want to play a Kuriboh deck right here. Yeah, we can turn our Astral Kuriboh into a level 5. which will let us vomit out 5 Kuriboh monsters and immediately begin the Link spam shenanigans. Well, we're not even going to go Link spam here, we're just going to go straight for the 4 material Apo. We got the flute of summoning Kuriboh too. That's good. So we're going to use that to make a rank 1 here. It's going to be our Ensemble Robin, so that's actually pretty ridiculous. So, I mean, 5-star Twilight plus 1 extender right there. Looks like that'll get you a 4 material Apo plus an Ensemble Robin. Yeah, don't underestimate this card. I remember when this card got spoiled in like the TCG/OCG, there were people who were legitimately kind of trying to lab, like, wait, is there like a cool Link spam deck you can do by summoning these 5 Kuriboh monsters? And turns out there is. So, hell yeah. I'm sure, you know, Meeps' opponent here is like, what the fuck is going on? Alright, Kuribohs? Sure. They got it evenly. That's fine. We only have 2 cards anyway. We're definitely going to keep the 4 material Apo. Fenrir coming down. Looks like we are going to end up negating the search here. We're going to have to negate the banish as well. But thankfully our opponent did have to use their battle phase to evenly, so they can't just run over this Appaloosa here. I didn't realize just how good Fenrir was against Appaloosa, actually. Oh, are they on the Auroradon package then? Or are they going for Era? I guess some Kashtira decks are still using like the Ascended Thunder thing for an extender, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like Kashtira is hurting for more extenders. Wouldn't you just play more like Tier Limit Kashtira and Scareclaw Cash if that were the case? It's consistency. We're adding Kuriboh, that's fun. Get a special the Babylon. Actually, how do you summon this thing? What does it do, actually? If you have more monsters in your graveyard than your opponent, special this card from hand. Oh, that's an interesting summoning condition. Made your battle phase, return this to the hand, summon the 5 Kuriboh brothers from your hand and or graveyard, and then it gains attack for every Kuriboh in your graveyard. Also, what is this one? Kuriboh. Near your battle phase, discard this card to get monsters from your battle phase. Switch summon, put it to the advantage target. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Alright, looking off the Kuriboh for the lead Kuriboh. Now we got our Babylon strong enough to try to battle over the Era, but unfortunately Era does have that battle protection ability, so it's able to save itself as long as it has a material. Is the Kuriboh, wait, was that when any monster is destroyed by battle or just a Kuriboh monster? It's when your opponent's monster declares an attack. Wow, that's good. So it looks like here we were kind of like poised, setting our opponent up with the, you know, 0 attack Apo, being like, oh, attack me, but of course, you know, both the Kuriboh and the Kuriboh would have something to say about that. Multiplies a funny draw, too. Another way to board spam, I guess, is to fill your board with Kuriboh tokens, although you're a little bit more limited in how you can link climb with tokens, but yeah, you got like Link Spider. Yeah, Link Spider. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard. Okay, looks like we're going for Dark here. Bouncing the Babylon to revive the 5 Kuriboh brothers. This is so much fun. That's like you can Fenrir to banish one of them, but it's like, what do these all do also, for those of us who are wondering? I know they're always treated as Kuriboh. This card into the Kuriboh monsters for a battle, you can add a spell or trap card to its Kuriboh. Let's return your opponent's monster cards and negate the attack. Oh, they all do different things? Oh my god. Okay, so it looks like they all have effects. Wow, they all have like very different effects. Wow, okay, this one. Opponent's monster requires attack and discard this card at a Kuriboh monster. The other one added spell or trap card. Once you turn discard a trap card, target a face-up monster opponent controls, it loses 1500 attack, okay. Discard this card, target a Kuriboh monster you control against 1500 attack, tribute this card you control, and one of each of the Kuriboh brothers to... Oh, that's Curry Bandit, okay. And this one goes into Curry Babylon, okay. Also, this card into the Kuriboh monsters for battles, for your deck. Okay, interesting. Hey, that one can summon Skull Servant, because it's got the attack defense restriction rather than summoning a Kuriboh monster, that's cute. Alright, sorry, I just wanted to read what all the different Kuriboh brothers did. I kind of thought they were all going to have, like, samey effects, but they all actually have very different effects, which is, really cool. Really cool. Alright, here's the Nightmare Unicorn. Looks like we're climbing up to the, access code here. I almost said transcode talker. I've been playing too much Math Mech lately. Nah, that's no such thing as too much Math Mech. Although, you know, and again, this is why I like the viewer specials. It definitely does not hurt to take a break from, something like Math Mech to, See what Kuriboh can do. Oh my god, we're gonna multiply the Kuriboh now. Let's go! Oh, this is so cool. Alright, now this is the Link Spider, right? Yep, Link Spider. Oh, you can make IP here too? Is that what we're gonna go for next? Oh no, we're going for the Nightmare Phoenix. Okay. Still Link climbing though. Oh, did we do this to get an extra attribute for the access code talker? I think we might have. Or just extra damage. We're just showing off either way. Oh, that's good. Great stuff. Thank you very much for that game, Beeps. That's awesome. That really makes me want to try a Kuriboh deck. I also like that you have the Kuriboh icon right now. That's good. That's really good. Awesome stuff. Like I said, I'm going to link Meeps' video about this Kuriboh deck in the description below as well. But let's go ahead and check out some of these other games here. Okay, our next submitted duel comes to us from I Heart Mangoes. Mangoes has a game here where they are actually also going to be playing against KASHTIRA. This time, however, we're going to be seeing Adventure Phantom Knight be used. We recently saw Adventure Phantom Knight in the top 100 Duelist Cup decks, and I commented that it looks like it was still a very solid list, and I want to try it out, but I haven't gotten around to actually making time to do that just yet. But yeah, I believe you said that you were running pretty much the same list that was used in the Duelist Cup, so that's pretty rad. And yeah, I mean, this is a very solid opening hand right here. I've said it before, actually, beyond just that video, and I'll say it again here too. Adventure Phantom Knight is one of those decks that really fell off for no reason. This is a phenomenon that happens quite a bit in trading card games, but I don't think it's actually any more prevalent in Yu-Gi-Oh! Than any other card game. But sometimes the only reason a deck stops seeing play is because people just stop playing it. And then, you know, because that deck no longer sees play, people will assume that deck is bad, which causes it to continue to no longer see play. This was the case with Adventure Phantom Knight when the Adventure Water Enchantress got limited, as well as Fusion Destiny, right? Those two cards got limited, and people wrote off pretty much every Adventure DPE deck. Mainly Prank Kids was like the big tier 1 one, but the next best Adventure DPE deck was Phantom Knights. And people were like, oh, Water Enchantress and Fusion Destiny are both at 1. This deck is dead. But what a lot of people did not acknowledge, that I pointed out multiple times, but people just didn't acknowledge for whatever reason, is that unlike the other deck, unlike Prank Kids, Adventure Phantom Knight actually sends Water Enchantress from the deck to the graveyard and makes Vert both as part of its main combo line. Here we didn't have to go out of our way to summon Cherubni to send the Water Enchantress because we already had our Adventure set up. But yeah, I mean, this is like a relatively typical end board for the Adventure Phantom Knight deck here, right? Being able to set up the DPE, the Griffin, as well as some additional disruption. In this case, we have the Evil Storm Nightmare. Again, this opening hand was like a little bit irregular from the main combo because we already opened the Adventure setup, but yeah, I don't know. So it doesn't actually matter that Water Enchantress and, well, Fusion Destiny isn't at 1 anymore, but it didn't matter that Water Enchantress and Fusion Destiny were both at 1 because they both pull those cards, or both those cards are pulled from the deck as part of the main combo line. But again, those two cards went to 1 and people just assumed this deck was dead and just stopped playing it. But I think the same thing is kind of happening right now with Sprite, and I actually think it's about to happen with KASHTIRA too. Like, I know we've all like clowned on KASHTIRA quite a bit, like, haha, KASHTIRA sucks, KASHTIRA is so bad, it doesn't put up any tournament results. And you can actually see now that there's been a plummet, an absolute dive in how much KASHTIRA is being played. And while I don't think KASHTIRA is tier 1, and while I do think that it does suffer a consistency issue that can't be like solved by deck building necessarily, like I feel like no matter what combination of cards you play, KASHTIRA is going to have a consistency issue. But I don't think that means the deck is like bad or anything. I still suspect KASHTIRA is probably like a tier 2 deck, honestly. But we're already starting to see KASHTIRA fall into like tier 3 levels of representation. And as I touched on with Sprite earlier, you know, when Sprite first got limited, there were still a few people trying it out and seeing success with it. I was still doing very well with it on ladder. We saw multiple Sprite lists, even pure Sprite, in the top 100 Duelist Cup decks. But you never see Sprite in tournament results anymore because you never see Sprite like in tournaments anymore. I never see Sprite on ladder anymore either. So yeah, this was actually a shorter game, but I still really wanted to, one, come back to Adventure Phantom Knight because I also love this deck. I think Phantom Knight is a really cool archetype in general, but also, yeah, I wanted to talk about this because this is a really interesting phenomenon that I've observed. And know that just because a deck does not see play anymore does not mean that deck is bad. As always as ever, it's best to first and foremost consider the deck's strengths and weaknesses, its position in the meta as a result, and other factors before just writing it off or assuming it's not relevant anymore. So thank you very much, I Heart Mangoes, for bringing us some Phantom Knight action once again. Let's go ahead and see our last duel for this video. Alright, our last duel is going to come to us from Super Dark Aqua. Super Dark Aqua, I see you on Twitter all the time. Nice to see you here in the viewers specials as well. Looks like we are going to see a game where we're going to be playing D-Link against Vanquish Soul. And from the description that you left in the Discord, it sounded like this is going to be a pretty insane Dragon Link game, so I love seeing Dragon Link pop off because I feel like the more I watch this deck combo off, the better I get at playing it as a result. I mean, that's the case with every deck. I mean, that's the whole point of your special. Also, love your Royal Dragon Ravine. So jelly. Okay, we're going to Ash Blossom the Evolubellion, but we have the Gamma here. This is so brutal, especially in Chaos Ruler, where... Or, I mean, in Dragon Link, where you get to summon the Chaos Ruler for free. Getting that Magnum Hut Search, and let's see what we find off the Chaos Ruler here. Alright, another Gamma, Droll, Chaos Space, Ash Blossom. Unfortunately, not like the most. But we do still have the Dragon Ravine anyway. Yeah, that Chaos Ruler result was actually kind of like bleh, wasn't it? But at the same time with Chaos Ruler, the Excavate is like... I mean, yeah, it's a great effect, but at the same time, it's like a part of what makes Chaos Ruler so good. Of course, the recursion ability also being extremely good. Although... I am a little used to playing Chaos Ruler with Assault Synchron, so I thought to myself just now, yeah, you can banish it and then wheel it back to the field, and I had to tell myself, Lex, we're not playing Sprite Synchro. We're not playing that deck right now. So, that's good. But anyway, yeah, this is the cool thing about Dragon Link, is that even when you open irregular hands like this, it's like not the most difficult thing in the world to be able to go into your main kind of combo line anyway. I don't know, what I consider the main combo line of Dragon Link to be is like setting up the field spells. I mean, obviously ending on the Borland and Borload, typically. At the bare minimum, those two, but... And there's also the Baron here that we can end on, potentially. We're going through the Romulus here. I saw we got that Starliege Saferd as well, that's nice. Oh yeah, and this is the Pisty. Dragon Link is one of those decks where, like... if you're like me, and you typically follow a combo guide to help you with combo-based decks, you might find that a deck like Dragon Link is a bit intimidating because of how freeform the combo lines tend to be. It super depends, as you can see with this game, is a great example of it. You can see how it super depends on what you open, how you play out your hand. So what I do to help myself in decks like this is, rather than trying to think of a specific combo line, I like to call them goalposts in my head, right? Where I'm like, okay, if the field looks like this, we're in a good spot, right? Like, we're in a spot where we can continue the combo line. And one of the goalposts I'd look for Dragon Link is like, okay, can I make Romulus and also set up Pisty on the left? Because if you can get this set up and then obviously throw another body here, then, like, you're good. You can play out the rest of the combo line. It's not hard to figure out from there. So, like, sometimes it can be really tricky to try to figure out exactly what you need and what order you might need it. Also, I want to point out this really super clutch play from Aqua here, popping her own, what's it called, Safer in order to wheel back the Lubellion to hand. Get the Chaos Face draw there too. It's very good, but yeah, like I was saying, goalpost. You can definitely, oh, and then we get to use it to add the Levian here. Yo, that's so good. That's actually super good. Get to put back a card in our opponent's hand because we sent all darks. But yeah, goalposts. If you're not following a specific combo line, just try to think of what you want your end board to look like, what you know, point in the combo line you know you can build out your end board from, and just try to get to that point, you know? Sometimes I think also the way I intimidate myself thinking about combo lines is trying to think about the whole combo line at once, but taking it step by step is also very, very helpful. So it's like, you know, we don't have to know exactly how we're getting to Borland or Warlord just yet. Let's think about first about just getting Romulus and Pisty in play, right? And then from there we can figure it out, so. We have the Droll against the Vanquish Soul deck, which is obviously very, very good. Droll and Mockbird, super good in this meta right now. If you look at a lot of the top decks, they're pretty much all screwed over by Droll and Mockbird. It's funny, the one deck that kind of made me want to not play Droll a lot recently is Lab, but Labyrinth has just tanked in representation. I just don't see Labyrinth anymore. That one I'm a little bit more confused about as opposed to like KASHTIRA. Like, I kind of wonder where all the Lab decks went. Maybe Lab just doesn't have a good matchup against... I mean, it doesn't have the best Mathmech matchup, that's for sure, because Mathmech can, like, inherently play Ling Kuriboh and D-Save Worm to out-trap cards. I guess maybe Vanquish Soul and other decks just have good matchups too right now? But... oh my god, we get to pop our own Druid Swarm here. That's so good. Oh, and then... oh no, they still get to... right, because it's Chain Link Order. But they only get to turn down one monster with the Dust Devil here. And then, yeah, it looks like they're just out of plays at that point. That was so good. That was a really good turn one. I'm actually going to go back and watch this game again, I think, in my free time, just to, like, watch that turn one combo. Just because, again, every time I watch D-Link do a different weird turn one combo, I feel like it unlocks more paths in my brain to play that deck with, so... good stuff, great stuff. Thank you very much, Aqua, and thank you very much to everyone who submitted a replay for this week's viewer special. Again, if yours didn't make it in, know that 1, I probably did watch it anyway, and 2, there is always next week. There are always more duels to submit, always more fun to be had here on the channel. But that's gonna do it for this one. Let's go ahead and take a look now at our outro. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching it all the way to the very end. That means a whole lot to me, and it's also a fantastic way to support the channel. And if you're interested in supporting the channel in other ways besides YouTube, there are plenty of ways to do that. If you check out the description below, you'll find a bunch of links down there. One of them goes to my Patreon. You're actually seeing the names of everyone subscribed to the Patreon on the screen right now. So if you're interested in getting your name in the credits here at the end, if you want to see more daily Master Duel content, or if you're interested in one-on-one private coaching sessions, I offer all of that on Patreon. I also stream live on Twitch. Feel free to go ahead and click that link and follow and or subscribe there. I also have the Discord community, if you want to follow that link, where hundreds of duelists have already signed up. Free to join, and you can just come hang out, talk about the game, and chill in general. Final link that's going to be in the description is my Twitter. You can follow that if you want some more notifications of what's happening with the channel. So, all in all, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.